Hi everybody, welcome to or welcome back our channeled messages. Let's see what comes out for you today. Whatever needs to come out for you too, please. Most High, thank you so very much. Thank you for this beautiful, wonderful day. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have some karmic energy here. We have 20 and 10, lots of zeros. So this is you're definitely at a point of, why am I getting something about no return? A point of no return, but in a good way here. Because you have unlimited potential. You've come so far. It's like you've reached a checkpoint. And there's no going back. But that's a good thing. It really is. But, and I'm hearing new levels, new devils, right? So you definitely have some people wanting to come up against you because of this, because of where you are, because of where you're going. You know what too? It's actually showing your progress, the fact that you're moving on or moving up, it's already starting to show. So if your new beginning has been coming along, it's already starting to show here. But we have envy and storm warning. So there is some incoming trouble from somebody, from the envious energy. It can be more than one person, more than one thing. Somebody wants to come up against you. Somebody could want to fight, want to cause drama and chaos. And I feel like they don't even really want anything besides to fight. Somebody's irritated or angry. Something is irritating their soul here. It's really irritating their demons. But somebody might say to you that you irritate the crap out of them, or you irritate their soul. You irritate them completely, and you don't do anything. Look at all this dark energy, dark gray. Wow, I'm just seeing this. And this envious person here is looking, there's a palace in the back. They're looking at, you and what you've built. There's flowers back there too. And I see that this person is holding something up in their hand. I'm pretty sure they are pearls or lights. But this person or somebody could come around and try to dangle something over your head. Like, hey, look at this. Remember what happened? Or what about this? What do you say about this? Remember when this happened? Remember when you did this? Or like, ooh, look what I got. I got these keys here. Or I got this thing of yours. And I'm not going to give it to you. I'm just going to taunt you. That's what I see here. Because you love yourself. And because you're living a more fulfilled life and a life full of more love here. It's like for once in your life you feel really good about yourself. That's for somebody, for once in your life. Okay, yeah, this stuff wants to come out. Here and now at the bottom. So this is right now. This is already going on. This is already going on. 7th chakra, love and peace. Yeah. What song am I hearing? I'm hearing Janae Aiko. I'm hearing 2 of her songs. The first one is... Ooh, I'm getting 3. One of them is... Ooh. I think it's called Spotted Mind. And in there she says... What does she say? Is it Spotted Mind? I don't think... That's not what it's called, what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Wanderer. But something about Spotted Mind, too. But there's that one... I meet him every day. talks about meeting the same kind of men who are crappy, basically. And that there's a guy who acts like he's different, but he did the same things to her that other guys did or do. I don't remember what that one's called. But in the chorus he says, I meet him every day, every day. We seem to be the same. It's strange. Okay. And the other one was sun. That's the part that I hear the most. There's no more cloudy days, even when there's no light out. So, yeah, this is somebody who, and they're trying to dangle something over your head, right? So they act like they are different, or that they're better, or they're a decent person, and they're not actually even a decent person. They hurt you the same way everybody else did, maybe even worse. And it's like they're coming back around to try to torture you. Because now they see you. In the last message I said, this person sitting here surrounded by love, there's hearts around this person for that here and now. Being content, being fulfilled where you are. They see this. You have no stress here. You don't, there's nothing that you worry about. You are mentally free, and you're not bound in your mind. You're not held down by anything. And in fact, here with this love here, there's flowers growing. Well, not growing from her mind, but that for you, that is true. But she has flowers on her head. You could be seeing people wearing that, or you could have had a dream of yourself wearing a flower headpiece. And you're at peace, and you feel good. This person sees that and notices that. They can maybe even feel it. They definitely notice it. And that's why they're coming in here to try to stir up some drama, because this person doesn't feel love within themselves, and they are very insecure. They also feel out of control in their own life. But they're definitely envious of what you have and what you're building and what you're creating and who you are. You know, they had a lot of time to... This is like people energy. Some of them, for you, some of you, they were last in connection with you like years ago. And they're coming around now that you have good things going for you. Now that they see... Ooh, my stomach's turning. Nauseous. But they had so much time to talk to you, but now they do. Now that they see good things are happening for you, and you're happy, and you're at peace with yourself. I don't know what this person wants you to be miserable. That's because they feel stuck. They feel trapped in their own life. And they think it's not fair that you get to be at peace, and they don't feel love. I don't know that this person even knows what love is, what real, genuine love is, if they would even recognize it, if it hit them in the face. Yeah, look. Deceit with, magician. Whatever you're building, blessed. Yeah. What you've manifested and what you're creating and what you're doing here. You have abundant, these blessings for yourself. It's a blessing to just even feel peace and to feel love within yourself. And this person's upset about that, and they want to mess it up. They want to ruin it. That's sad. Did I say that? 23 and 32? (22) and 53 and 25. On these ones, 2s, 5s, and 3s are your numbers, and 0. What else? I feel like I'm using that other deck here. Anchor. That was the next card beside those ones. What are they contemplating on? they're contemplating something. This is also like this person or this energy here. I'm gonna say this energy because it can be more than one person. But this energy wants you to... That's not even what I was gonna say. They want you to feel bad. But yes, but they also... Ooh, yeah. This person is toxic. They don't need to be around you in your environment. If and when this person is around you or this energy is around you, you could have reactions to them or you could get sick from this person being around. Also, if you were to be physically intimate with this person, especially if you're a woman, you could find yourself not being as healthy, if you know what I mean. Not that it's a disease. I mean, it could. They could have a disease. But it's like your body would react to them bad in a way that it makes you sick and not as healthy. Your pH balance. They could mess up your pH balance. Yeah, thinker. But they're contemplating... Oh, this energy, they had a lot of time to think. But it's like, it's almost as if they thought about stuff, but they haven't come up with anything. They had to sit with themselves, but I'm not getting much of a result. I don't know that this person really knows what's going on, just in general, in life, with themselves. I almost feel bad. Not really, but like, you know, for these people who do this wicked stuff and something about tyrant, there's somebody who's a tyrant here. But for these people who do this stuff, you know, I don't feel bad for them, but I do pity them, you know. It's a shame. And you can only hope that they figure it out. They do better. It just takes, you know, faith and acceptance. It takes acceptance, accountability, admittance, you know, letting go of a lot. Letting go of the hurt, the pain, letting go of... And these people, they feel bad about themselves too. And so they just kind of just lean into it. Some people think, oh, well, I've been the enemy all my life and people made me feel like crap and people did this to me and that to me. I may as well lean into it and be the villain, because it's really sad though. It's like, I'm trying to think, kind of maybe like the Joker, or why am I seeing Phineas and Ferb, if anybody knows that, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, or you know what, the Powerpuff Girls, the little monkey dude. It's like what they really want though, or need, is love. Also, Harry Potter, he said, you know, for Voldemort, I just feel bad for you because you know no love. It's like that. It really is a pity, but at the end of the day, you know, it's up to them to say, I want better, I want to do better. Everybody has dealt with stuff. You know, some people that smile the most, make the most jokes, those are the people who been through the most. The people who smile the most sometimes, they've been through the worst. But they don't go around, you know, hurting people or being toxic, spreading that toxicity. Everybody goes through stuff. It's just what you make of it, you know. Strategy and patience. Yeah, that goes with this thinker. This person, they spend a lot of time thinking about what to do. It's like they waited for the perfect time to do something to come in. The most opportune moment to mess something up. Or it's like they waited until you did all this and got all the way up to here, did all this building, all this working, all this. They weren't going to say anything, do anything to you. They would have just let you struggle. But until you got up here, and it's like you finally got something built, You built up your empire, your castle here, and then they want to tear it all down. They waited until it got... That's a perfect example. They weren't going to mess it up while you were building something. They were going to wait until the last moment. Once it was built, you put all the work in, you got all this hope up, and then try to crash it all down. That's sick. That's very sick. That's very demented. Tormented, I almost said. This person is tormented by their own spirits, their own shadows. Instead of looking at them, observing them, they spent a lot of time contemplating you and what to do and how to be strategic here, being patient and figuring out how to mess up your life instead of making theirs better. It's out of control. This person's out of control. They feel out of control in their own life. Instead of grabbing the reins and actually doing something and becoming the magician of their own life. It's pretty sad. 33. Door to romance with building blocks. Yes. Once you built up this love for yourself, this contentment for yourself, this is your castle. Sure, you could also be in a relationship here, like you're about to get married and somebody wants to crash the wedding, you know, or it's like somebody trying to ruin your reputation here, trying to bring up old documents or say this in front of a group of people. It's sick. It's really making me feel nauseous. This person has some very messed up energy. I am getting something about karma though. Yeah, once you built up this love, this contentment, this fulfillment within yourself, and you feel so good too. You feel so good in your life. And it's like they want to put your heart in a cage. Wait until you have all this love built up. Ooh, I just saw somebody kicking a heart. It's like your heart's on the ground and then they kick it around and stomp on it. That's crazy. This person rejects love. They reject love. Like they spit on it. They spit at it. Something about the way this person, it could definitely be childhood, usually it is, or just relationships that they've been in. Could have been how they're getting a mother figure, how their mother figure treated them, or father figure, something about their parents or their family. They've been through some stuff. I'm also getting something about spousal. Spousal attraction? What's that word? Infidelity. But it's very triggering to them. It's very scary, and that's why they kick it away. They try to stomp it out. Any love, they try to stomp it out. Any love that's in their life, it's like this person's inner child is the one in this cage. Their inner child is... Oh, I almost want to cry. It's very sad. Oh, please don't. This person's inner child feels very trapped, abused, scared. I'm not even going to describe what I see, but yeah. So they waited for the most opportune moment once you had everything built. Because if your heart wasn't full, you did a lot of work to build up your heart, your love, the fulfillment here, the contentment. And if they did it any earlier, it wouldn't have as strong of an impact. So they waited until your heart was full to put it in a cage, to try to put it in a cage. But your heart has wings, and they're not going to be able to catch it. Yeah, woman holding a heart, happy family, yeah. And you're in your, there's femininity here, even if you're a man, but you receive love. You can receive love. Your heart is open to it now, and you can receive it. You don't push it away. You don't hide from it. You mirror all, in terms of love, you mirror all the things about this person with love. So the fact that they push it away, they try to stomp it out. You try to illuminate it, make it stronger. You're open to it. 44 is out here twice. Yeah, you've built up this strength with love. It's very durable. You've got to a point where your love is unshakable. Untouchable, untouchable. It's not going to be easy for them to just stomp it out or trap it or do whatever they think they can do or want to do. But you trigger the crap out of this person. Why they don't just remove themselves from you, though, I don't know. Because it's like they're, and I wanted to say it, it's like their inner child is constantly throwing tantrums. And so it's like, no, I can't have it, you can't have it either. Happy family, emotional fulfillment. That's another 4. All of these cards are next to each other. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. They were all next to each other in a line here. Very strong. Very strong. Leo could be significant here. You have Leo in your chart, or you're embodying that strength. You're very durable in your love. You stand 10 toes down here in your morals and what you've built and your love. You really have yourself. You're loyal to yourself. You hold yourself down. If somebody here, if you're married or you're about to get married, that's very strong. Y'all are tight. Somebody, you could be pregnant too, or you just had a child, or you have a young child. Why, I have this like knot in my neck right here. Somebody's a vampire. Co-create, broken heart. Solar plexus. Archangel. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Chamuel, I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, Chamuel. Camwell? I don't know. Co-create, broken heart. I know what this co-create means. I'm being guided to read it though. And then go from there. Creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. Inspiration. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience, seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Yep. You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now. The very embodiment of beauty. Yes, you are a mirror to this person. Because their heart is broken. It's like their heart is withered and brown, and there's no like life left in it. It's like it's on its last breath here. I really hope that this energy You know, as much as you may not want to hear this could be an opportunity for this person if they're willing to have some sort of awakening, because you're very mature and you're very stable in who you are and the love that you have and the love that you share. And even if they don't show it, they don't tell you, this could trigger healing within this person, but it would take time. It would take a long time. But something could actually change here with this person or situation, this energy. And this is also inspiration. This is like high energy, almost like awakening. Inspiration, confidence, optimism. Interesting. Yeah. Your love, again, you're a mirror to this person. Everything that they lack in love, you show that to them. You are a light to them. And as much as they want to attack you, though, oh, yes. As much as they want to attack you, they are attracted to the love that you carry, what you carry, that energy that you carry. Just even your confidence in yourself and your stability, your inner strength. That's why when I asked why they didn't just leave you alone then, if they're so triggered by you or so angry, it's because they're attracted to you. The soul, the spirit needs what it needs. It wants what it wants. Energy works a certain way. Things attract things. Things repel things. They need that love. They, as triggered and hurt as they are, and they need that love. That inner child just needs, it needs more than just a hug, but it really needs a hug. And to know it's crying out. They're crying out for help. They're crying out for love. They're crying out for that motherly, that fatherly figure that they never had. Not everybody handles things the same way. And you could have dealt with the same stuff that this person dealt with, or felt some of the same things, but people handle things differently. I'm definitely getting somebody's a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, it's very emotional for them. They're very, very sensitive, but it could be their strength. And they could also attack because you're sensitive and you're open, but you don't see it as being vulnerable. They envy that too. They despise it because they are very sensitive, but they feel that it's being vulnerable or that it's a weakness. Because this person was definitely manipulated a lot by some people, especially by feminine energies here, but masculines too. Yeah, they're trigger warning. This whole video is a trigger warning, but this person could have definitely been like groped as a child, even by a man, if they're a masculine. Men and women, maybe. The fates, the world, yes. This is a pivotal moment. This is actually going to help this person have an awakening. Because when you were in connection before, you still had this love. You were still a mirror, but you were more... you lacked some maturity too, or you had a lot of growing since then. And you have a harness. You were able to harness the love and have that stability. All these fours here. You're very strong now, very firm, and you're mature too. And I feel like even though this person is trying to cause chaos or bring drama up in your life, and it could be a little stressful, but you'll handle it well, and you'll handle it with maturity. And that's the difference before. You could have been fighting before and got into it back and forth, but because you're mature now and you handle it differently. And it's going to take time. It's definitely going to take time with this person, but it is a beginning to them changing. So this is a good thing. You know, you're in a point now in your life where you're seeing how your growth, because you could have separated from a lot of people, but you're seeing how even in having to sacrifice them from being in your life, or just, we're not talking about no blood rituals or nothing like that, but letting people go and having to, and you could have even had to be by yourself for a long time, but you're seeing now how even from people, and you could have just wanted the people in your life to do better, to change, to grow, even if they hurt you, but they didn't. You had to separate, and you could have been reluctant in letting these people go, but you were guided to do it. And so now you're looking back and seeing how that strength, it's like it's all paying off too, but you're seeing how it's affecting those people that you had to let go of. And it hurt you to even do it, but you had to, because they were just hurting you. There was nothing good coming out of it. It was just bad and toxic for all of you, everyone involved. It's fated, it's destined to bring this change. Wow. 9-9. Yeah, an ending to their, I don't know, they're going to see something. Their perspective of you may change. The perspective of you may change. And it's going to confuse the crap out of them at first. They're going to be so confused. This person's vision has been blocked by this inner turmoil, by their shadows, their broken heart, their trauma. And that's real. It's so real. When people have so much trauma and they have mental illness, it really does truly block them from thinking logically, or, they only see through the lens of trauma. And they don't truly see what they're doing a lot of the time. And so they're going to be confused as heck at first when they notice or realize, oh, this person, why aren't they being this way? Or they're not reacting the way I thought, or something is different, truly different about this person. And it's going to trigger them. They may even have a period where they're in your midst, and then they start to get confused and they're like, whoa, what the F is going on? This isn't how I thought it would be. And then they actually pull back because it's a big tower moment for them. But then they come back around. They slowly inch their way back, and they're it's like a deer tiptoeing. It's like, so hey, you're actually a cool person, kind of. Or what about this? They may ask you a lot of questions about what happened, or why you did what you did, or what happened. What happened? Look, heart on the bottom. Was that Raphael? Heart. The heart chakra, green. You'll be seeing greens and pinks and reds. Rest and rejuvenation. Let me read that too. Wow, this is actually really awesome. As a light worker, a child of God, so on and so forth. However you refer to yourself as a person in the collective, ultimately, this is your goal, for people to heal and to grow. Even the people who did you wrong, like I said, this could be all you've wanted for people. And sometimes that means you can truly recognize, that sometimes that means you can reconcile with these people. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you just, this occurs, the world, the change occurs, there's a shift, and you move on. Or you could be cordial but not have a strong connection. It just depends. You use your discernment, but It depends how much they hurt you, what happened, the circumstances. This card shows a man in a meditative, tranquil state. The message here is it's time to relax. You may have been busy lately, soon finding more time to just let go. When you do allow yourself to go within and open up to the peace and wisdom that are vibrating there should be more leisure time for you now. It's like somebody being able for once to breathe out. And I feel like that's these karmics here, or this karmic energy. They have been holding in their breath and even sticking their chest out, holding in their breath to put on this facade or this mask or this front, or this person thought this is how I have to be. I have to be this way. It's very sad. They thought I have to be this way to survive. And that's the thing, our mind can even be our worst enemy sometimes. It can either be our greatest strength or our greatest enemy, the same with our heart. If we are not healed, it can really lead us down a path of destruction. And the mind, though, what it does is no matter what, its goal is for us to survive. Our body, our flesh, it will cause us to do things for us to survive on earth in the physical. That's why people will do whatever for money. People, they're fighting other people killing, stealing, destroying, because it's a survival thing, survival of the fittest. But when you live by the Spirit, that's when you let go. You get baptized in the Spirit, that wash of water and peace comes over you. And somebody could be getting baptized, or maybe for the first time, this is what is happening to some of these people in this energy. There's just a wave of peace washing over them, feeling that love for the first time. As long as they can accept and be open, like it's saying here, it's time to let go. So they could even be watching it. This could be for you. You could be the one angry and upset towards somebody else. Because it's like, oh, how dare you sit here and you hurt me, you did this to me, or whatever, and you get to move on. It's like, nah, watch. Because you did this to me, I'm going to destroy you. Because you tried to destroy me, or you thought you could do this to me and get away with it. But yeah, there's a conversation meant to be met. There's a conversation meant to be had here. And it could be a surprise, a pleasant, confusing, mixed emotional surprise. Something about tribe. Why did I want to say tribe? So you could have, what's the song? I don't remember. I'd have to sit and think about it. But it's like we come from different, they said we come from different lives or different backgrounds, but we feel the same pain. I know that that was in a song by Suzanne Sunflor. And I know I said that last name wrong. I love her music. Yeah, she said we come from different backgrounds, but we feel the same pain. So you could be from a different tribe, but you have something to learn from each other, even still, both of you. More of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking, so make it a priority. Your connection to spirit brings great assistance, but it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation. Now is a great time to make sure you insert this gentle activity into your daily life. In many ways, this is far more productive than unceasing action. So, yeah, there's definitely a new perspective arising, and this letting go. There is a need to let go. If the person on the other side of this message here, the cross watcher or whatever is watching, it's time to let go and allow to see what happens. 4334. Yeah. Sacral chakra, door to spirit. Sacral, that's relationships. That's creativity, what you can build, just like what, that person is looking at you building. Now talking to, collective here. Door to spirit, this is like your core being, your core soul. But it's also, the Most High, however you refer to, your higher power. This is truly an awakening for somebody when it comes to love and it comes to relationships and how they go about life and how they create. Their perspective even on life is shifting. Oh, this is awesome. Somebody's gonna get their wings here. They're gonna get some sort of freedom. There's a bird there. Oh, this is good. And I'm glad for this person. These energies, these people, I really am. New Earth is here. Things are changing. It's time. And then the cycle begins. Again, there's gonna be another judgment day later on. It's never too late to change. Now, it may be too late to not get, consequences for what you've done before. That's judgment. But it's never too late to turn it around. Never too late. Yeah, cornucopia, the thinking man, loyal heart. These two, there's definitely some thinking, heavy contemplation. The way somebody thinks, somebody's perspective is definitely changing. Again, on what they can build, what fulfillment or what success looks like to them. It's not in the material, it's not in the gain, it's not in, having this high reputation. It's in, there's a lot of things, somebody is learning that fulfillment comes from within, and it doesn't matter how it looks to other people. Wow, this is powerful. This is very, very powerful stuff here. Yeah, for somebody, if they're watching, if any, if you're the one on the other side here, the cross watcher, it's time to let go and just be open-minded. And it's, you're gonna have your emotions. You feel irritated, angry, upset, hurt. That's fine. But it's just important to communicate honestly how you feel and what happened in your perspective, but to also listen to the other person, the other party. It's important to really listen and don't do anything like destructive on a whim. Loyal heart with TikTok. Definitely divine timing. Loyal heart with owl. Yeah, again with the owl here, that's wisdom. Something about empowered. You feel empowered, or you are empowering, you're inspirational, but and there's threes, 35 and 30, expansion. You've grown so much over time, and you've become much more wise. And this is about divine timing here. This is the perfect time now for this person to come in and see a difference, especially because, and you have to be the one to do it because you've grown so much and you've gone through the journey. This person saw you before you did all this healing work. Again, with this here, they waited until the perfect time. Even though they had their own strategy, this is also divine timing. Because while they waited for your heart to fill up again, because before your heart wasn't this full, it was damaged. You were probably toxic too. Let's be honest. Let's be for real. You had some things to learn too. You just weren't as mature. You didn't know how to handle or have, again, that grip, the reins on your own love. And you mirrored each other, but in a different way. You mirrored each other in a way that you would just like fuel the fire. And so while they waited for your heart to get full, your health bar to, regenerate itself, so did the Most High. Until, because if they weren't allowed to come in, they wouldn't be able to. If there wasn't a reason, they wouldn't be able to. You would be protected from them. But if you're not being protected from it, or not completely, or they're able to come around or be in your energy, it's for a reason. It could be a test, it could be for you to learn something, or for them to learn something, or for something to work out for you. Clarify loyal heart, please. Blossoming abundance. Another owl is up there. That's an owl. With community. I'll show you these two. Soulmates and indecision. You have a choice to make on how you want to go forward in this. Yeah. Yeah, romance. Maybe there could be, for some of you, romance or just love, a close connection. There's something here dealing with love or family matters. Yeah, community. Whether you want to include this person in your life or not. It could affect more than one person too, especially if you have children. It could affect more than one person. So you have a decision here. In soulmates, I'm getting the lovers, which is also about decision making. You have a choice here on how you can go forward with this, where to place this person in your life, if they have room in your life, or if you just allow for this to occur, this shift for them, and maybe for you too, and you go on with your lives. This is your choice. You get to decide. And I'm going to bring this up again for those of you who didn't hear. I had a dream maybe a week ago, a few nights ago. I see a FedEx truck, so you could have a delivery coming in. Special delivery, unexpected delivery, but somebody could also drive a truck or work for a delivery company, work for them. But I had a dream that somebody was coming back in my life to reconcile. And it was like a video game where there were choices. Oh, there was kiss, there was give them advice, give them strong advice. Those are the only three for some reason that I looked at. And I made a choice for the different options. There were like 6 or 7. And then the next screen, it was like a black screen and words on it, and it said, it was like a message from the Most High, from the universe, that includes the Most High, guides, other people, anything that could have a possible influence on my choice. It said, not word for word, but it said, we don't decide, we don't get to decide who stays in your life and who doesn't. It was saying that it's your choice, It's your choice, and that goes for anybody, especially if you're at this point in your life. Yes, will you be protected from certain people from coming back in your life at all? Yes. But ultimately, for some people, for some things, especially now where we're at in this new era, this new age, this new earth, which we are here if you didn't get the memo yet. You are shaping your life right now. But you already know this. You, again, in the beginning, the change for you, you're already there. You're already there. It's already began to take shape, take form. Again, they see what you've built. It shows. So it's in kind of the early stages of it actually manifesting in the physical, because you excuse me, I don't usually talk this fast. There's a lot to say. But you've done all the inner work. And so it's now just showing in the physical. So now other people who don't, aren't as spiritually maybe inclined or gifted, they just haven't tapped into it. Everybody could be, everybody has infinite potential. It's just a matter of, are they going to do the work to get to this point where you are, where now you get to really co-create with the Most High here and build the life that you want. You get to decide how it looks, how far you want to go. Maybe you could even just have a stable, humble life and not have much, and it's simple, and you're cool with that. Some of you, you're going to be building more, and you're going to shoot for the edge of the universe. Do it. So yeah, you get to decide who stays in your life and who doesn't. That's your choice. Anything else? Any last card here? This was a wonderful message. Yeah, door to personal healing and happiness. This is a new door, especially for these other energies. Second rainbow. You could definitely be seeing rainbows. There's that community card again. Yeah, this person could be part of your circle. 8-8. It's your decision here. It could serve purpose. You just have to use your discernment. If you feel that they have a place in your life, that they will serve you positively. Not to say that they're around for you to use them, but you know what I mean. If it benefits you or if it won't. But I know that you're not going to want to waste time, and you're not going to want to waste that space or your energy to have this person around if you don't want to. Wow. Isn't this some news? But I feel like this person's already around, because it said here and now. Or they're about to be. This is definitely present energy. Go the distance. Like I said, shoot for the edge of the universe if you want to. Go all the way when it comes to building the life that you want. Your time is now. So saying, oh, well, one day I want to do this. No, now is the time when you can literally manifest this. You can work on it. You can get there. You're free. You're open. That door, that gate for you is unlocked. It's definitely like the floodgates. The floodgates have been opened. Journey. Your path. Your journey. Wow. And so this is just another piece that could be in your puzzle. New life on a split. Caring connections. Man holding a heart. Love. Yeah, you have the reins here. Time to go. Alright, y'all. Please like, comment if you would like to. If you made it this far, you may as well join my community if you want to. If you want to, you can subscribe. Again, check the description if you want for personal reading. I do dream interpretations also. I actually analyze the dream, look at the symbols, look at all the details so that you actually know what everything means and you don't just get a basic message with that. If you really would like to support the channel also, The donations have been appreciated. There's also Amazon Wishlist for other tools, cards for the channel. If you want to see me use anything else here, that would be greatly appreciated. I love you guys. I really do. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next message, whatever applies to you. Bye.